Good morning, everyone. This is Debbie Royce, Empire State Development's Corporate Secretary. I'd like to welcome everyone to this morning's Governance Committee meeting. And before we formally begin, I would ask that everyone please mute your lines unless you're speaking. We'll begin today by taking a roll call of our committee members. Committee Chair Sherry Gleed.
Here.
Commissioner of the Department of Economic Development, Hope Knight.
Here.
And Hilda Rosario Escher.
Here.
Thanks, everyone, so much for joining us today. And Committee Chair Gleed, you are ready to begin.
Good morning. This is Sherry Gleed, and before I call this meeting to order, I'll note for the record that I am the chair of the Governance Committee. I now call to order the meeting of the Governance Committee members of the New York State Urban Development Corporation doing business as Empire State Development for Thursday, May 19, 2022. Before we get started, I will ask everyone to please mute your phone until you're ready to speak. Also, for the record, I'll ask that anyone who's wishing to speak, please be sure to state your name before you begin. I'd like to note for the record that in accordance with current legislation, this meeting will be conducted by teleconference. I will also note for the record that the public was given the opportunity to comment on the agenda by submitting their written comments by 4:30 p.m. yesterday. I'd like to further state for the record that no comments were received from the public concerning today's agenda. The committee members have received the agenda in advance of today's meeting and are free to ask questions at any time. I'll note that since there are no voting items on today's agenda, we will not be calling for the committee members to indicate any potential conflicts of interest with respect to today's agenda. I will now ask Felissa Hochheiser, ESD's Director of Compliance, to lead our discussion today on the agenda items. Felissa, when you're ready, please begin.
Thank you, Chair Gleed. Yes, I am Felissa Hochheiser, Director of Compliance at Empire State Development. The objectives for this meeting are to review the annual board self-evaluation results and to review ESD's current mission statement. With regard to the evaluations, the Public Authorities Law requires that the board of every state and local public authority conduct an annual evaluation of its performance. Board member comments are anonymous and protected from disclosure under Article 6 of the Public Officers Law, which is the Freedom of Information Law, but the aggregate results of the assessments are provided to the authority's budget office. The authority's budget office recommends that the governance committee of each board review and evaluate the results of the evaluations. In addition, the authority's budget office consulted with the Committee on Open Government, which advised that a board discussion of its performance would constitute a matter made confidential by state law that therefore could be conducted in private. Therefore, following this public meeting, the governance committee will, in accordance with this ABO guidance, discuss the board evaluations in private. So as discussed, following this meeting, we will conclude and meet privately to discuss the board evaluations. The next agenda item is the mission statement. All of the governance committee members received an ESD web link for the public mission statement that's on our website and the performance measures. The Public Authorities Law requires that the New York State Urban Development Corporation, doing business as Empire State Development, adopt the mission statement and related performance measures to assist ESD in determining how well it is carrying out its mission. Furthermore, pursuant to the Public Authorities Law, ESD must annually create a performance measures report that is consistent with the authority's mission statement and performance measures. This report is provided to the directors at the June meeting that's coming up. The current mission statement you have on the screen was revamped in 2017 by the Governance Committee. The committee met many times to discuss what should be in the mission statement. The mission statement appears to remain consistent with ESD's myriad goals and programs. However, if the Governance Committee wishes to review and consider the current mission statement, my legal guidance would be to recommend approval by the larger board at the June meeting, and then the Governance Committee could meet to revisit the statement. Chair Gleed, I ask you to open the floor to any discussion of the mission statement.
I'd like to remind everyone to please state your name before speaking. As noted earlier, we don't have any comments from the public with regard to these items. Do you have any comments, members of the committee, about mission statement?
This is Hilda. I reviewed the mission statement, and I think that it's basically what we do. So I don't see a case for changing it.
Thank you. Are there any other comments on the mission statement?
And this is Hope. You know, I've reviewed the mission statement. It's very consistent with the work that we're involved here, but I look forward to, continuing to review it
Thank you, Hope. Okay.
Okay.
So I guess that's the last item on our agenda, correct? So thank you, Felisa, and committee members. There being no further business, I'll call for a motion to adjourn this meeting.
So
Okay, thank you. I want to thank everyone for your participation in today's meeting. And I guess the public meeting is now ended.